£89 million, a generational talent, signed to one of the biggest clubs on earth, managed by one of the greatest minds in the game. On paper, it was supposed to be the perfect marriage, but behind the scenes, José Mourinho already knew the dark truth about Paul Pogba, and by the time anyone listened, it was too late. Summer 2016, Mourinho walks into Old Trafford. Ed Woodward wants a statement. The world wants Pogba back in red. But Mourinho has been studying this kid for 4 years. 4 consecutive Serie A titles, 2 Coppa Italia trophies, a Champions League final in Berlin in 2015. The Golden Boy, a place in the FIFA FIFPro World 11, by every external measure, generational. Mourinho sees something else. He sees a number 8 who drifts wherever the ball is, not where the system needs him. No press triggers. A player who plays for moments, not for shape. A talent operating inside a Juventus midfield where Pirlo dictated the tempo and Marchisio handled the dirty structural work around him. Take that scaffolding away and the cracks show. The whisper around Mourinho's camp that summer is simple. The talent is real. The discipline isn't. And the noise around him, Raiola, the brand, the entourage, is louder than the football. He raises it. Quietly. Privately. The club pushes forward anyway. £89 million. World record fee. Mourinho smiles for the cameras. He already knew what Mourinho was building, a compact 4-2-3-1. 2 disciplined sixes, wide forwards who tracked back, shape, transitions, ruthless defensive structure. This was the football that had won Champions Leagues and league titles in 4 countries. Where does Pogba fit? September 2016. Manchester derby at Old Trafford. City win 2-1. Pogba is repeatedly caught upfield as City attack down his side of the pitch. Mourinho's face on the touchline says everything his post-match interview won't. October 2016, Anfield. Mourinho parks the bus. Pogba is anonymous. Klopp's press swallows him whole. The pattern emerges fast. Against Stoke, Burnley, West Brom, teams United need to break down. Pogba is electric, genuinely brilliant. Against the top 6, he disappears. Or worse, he ball watches in transition and leaves Matic to clean up 2 versus 3. Mourinho tries everything. Deeper roll, higher roll, free 8, disciplined double pivot. And to his credit, year 1 delivers. The Europa League, the League Cup, real silverware. November 2017, Pogba goes on his best individual stretch. The 2018-19 season, the one that started under Mourinho, becomes Pogba's most productive at United. Double figures in goals, double figures in assists, but Mourinho still couldn't trust him at Anfield, at the Etihad, at the Emirates. The arms folded on the touchline, the jaw tight. He told them. Then comes the summer that should have ended the argument. Russia 2018. Pogba in a Deschamps system, defined role. Holding 8. Win duels, screen the back 4, recycle possession. 0 room for brand noise. He wins the World Cup. Read that twice. Because every tactical critique Mourinho ever made about him gets proven on the biggest stage in football by the player himself. Give Pogba a manager who refuses to negotiate the role, a dressing room that doesn't worship him, and a system that demands discipline, and he becomes a world champion. He comes back to Manchester. The discipline doesn't come with him. By August 2018, the cracks aren't tactical anymore. They're personal. After a home draw, something breaks. Mourinho walks into the dressing room. In front of the squad, he looks at his record signing. He calls him a virus. Then this. You don't play. You don't respect players and supporters. And you kill the mentality of the good, honest people around you. Read that again. Slowly. Mourinho doesn't say things like that lightly. He handled Ibrahimovic, Drogba, Cristiano Ronaldo at his most volatile. But Pogba was different. The leaks reportedly started early, tactical specifics appearing in the press within days of team meetings. Senior pros were said to be frustrated. The dressing room had already split, and Pogba was at the centre of the split. And then there was the younger group, Lingard, Rashford, both close with Pogba, both at the start of careers that would later be questioned for choreography over consistency. The dab, the handshakes, the performance. A virus, Mourinho said. He didn't mean Pogba's football. He meant what Pogba's presence was teaching the players around him about what mattered at Manchester United. The captaincy gets stripped. The cryptic Instagram posts start. Raiola fires shots in the press. And Mourinho, the man who'd quietly warned about all of this 2 years earlier, gets painted as the problem. December 2018. Mourinho is gone. Pogba is reportedly dancing in the dressing room when the news breaks. Solskjaer arrives. The honeymoon begins. For a stretch, Pogba looks like the player United paid for. Goals, assists, headlines. See? It was Mourinho all along. Then the season ends, and the next one, and the one after that. The pattern Mourinho identified in 2016 doesn't go away. It deepens. 2019 to 20. Injuries, absences, no defining performance in a single big game. 2020. The Europa League semi-final against Sevilla. Invisible when United needed him most. By 2021 to 22, Solskjaer, the man who'd built around him, defended him, given him everything Mourinho refused to give him, was reportedly frustrated by the same things. Drift. Big game disappearances, effort without structure. Same player, same problems, different manager, same conclusion. 6 seasons at United, hundreds of appearances. One genuinely complete individual season. The rest spread thin across a career that was supposed to define an era. In 2022, the free transfer back to Juventus, the homecoming, it ended in a doping ban, a criminal case involving his own brother, and a career, frankly, in ruins. And somewhere in a different dugout, Mourinho was watching. He never gloated publicly, he never needed to, because the football world had finally arrived at the conclusion he reached watching this kid in Turin. The talent was generational, the package around it was unmanageable. So what do we do with all of this? Was it Pogba, the player who never matched the fee, who chose brand over craft, who let outside voices drown out the work? Was it Mourinho, the manager whose methods had hardened into confrontation, who maybe, just maybe, could have softened? Was it United, a board that signed a player their manager didn't fully want, then sided with the player when it got hard? Or was it the system, the modern game where agents speak louder than coaches, where a following decides a fee, where the dressing room is no longer the manager's kingdom? Mourinho saw it in 2016. He tried to warn them. Nobody listened. But here's the part that haunts me. France listened. Deschamps listened. And for one summer in Russia, Pogba became the player everyone always said he could be. So maybe the truth Mourinho knew was never really about Pogba at all. Maybe it was about what happens when nobody around him was brave enough to demand the version of him that won a World Cup.